What's going on, airsofters of the internet? Jake here with Airsoft Parts Bin, back with another Airsoft YouTube tutorial, video, review, rant, whatever you want to call it. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. Today we're going to be ranting. Now, I've been playing Airsoft for a long time. I've been playing Airsoft for maybe like 14 years. At this point, I worked in the airsoft industry for about 8 years, 2 years at Airsoft GI and about 6 years at evic.com. So, you probably heard of them before. But one thing I've noticed recently is modernization in the airsoft industry. Has it been beneficial or has it been detrimental? Now, my thing has always been, when I first started playing airsoft, there was always like certain brands that would offer little unique spins on their products to kind of draw you in. So like, for example, when I started playing airsoft, it was like WeTech kind of had all the cool gas guns, and then the LM4 came out and was kind of like, you know what, we care about how our gun shoots and not how it looks. But at the same time, if you do go back and you do a little studying, even to this day, WeTech gas blowback magazines are way lighter than KWA gas blowback magazines. And that's kind of the little unique differences that, in my mind, I see as something that would kind of draw a user in. Now, unfortunately, in today's world, in terms of AEGs or gas blowbacks, in my opinion, I think that the EMGification of SEMA Platinums has kind of been the death of unique guns. And what I mean by that is, obviously, back in the day, people cared about like licensing and trademarking and stuff like that. So that was kind of a big deal to get in the US. But with licensing and trademarking becoming super mainstream now, it's kind of easy to just get your hands on whatever you want. I mean, like, there's obviously some guns that are hard to get, and you might have to import them yourself, or even run the risk of customs just seizing it altogether. What I mean by EMGification of a gearbox is essentially using steel cut gears, full metal rack piston, somewhat decent compression parts, pretty decent bearings and bushings that you would normally have to upgrade, and they're kind of coming in the gun already. And finally, and kind of a big one, is your favorite MOSFET already installed in the gun. For example, gate Aster already coming in the gun, E-shooter MOSFETs coming already in the gun, even some Jeftrons already coming in the gun. But essentially, a electronic trigger board that back in the day you would probably have to shill out a ton of money to be able to install in your gun is now already coming installed in a gun for a set price. So essentially, reverting back to my point, has this modernization of gearboxes kind of been the killer of innovation? And with a lot of gearboxes now kind of copying the same formulas in terms of the steel cut gears we mentioned, the piston we mentioned, the MOSFET we mentioned, and even down to sometimes the inner barrel and bucking and hop-up unit being better out of the box. And I think also that I forgot to mention is the motor being honestly a lot better than what they used to be out of the box. Has this combination of pre-installed upgrade parts kind of killed the innovation of the airsoft industry, where all you have to do is just copy this formula? This formula works. If it didn't work, it wouldn't be in every model of airsoft gun that seems to be being released on the market nowadays. Now, I'm kind of saying this as it's like a bad thing, which it has its draws and it has its pulls. Essentially, the pros, in my opinion, are it's about time that airsoft guns finally came to a standardization, or you know what? It's finally about time that airsoft guns have came to a modernization and realized that people want to buy things that are going to work out of the box. And, people are also not afraid to call out products that aren't good out of the box. And I think a lot of manufacturers or retailers or license holders are starting to kind of pick up on that, and they're trying to find a formula in which they could avoid a lot of common issues that would normally be found in some guns that would have none of these upgrade parts. And that's kind of a good pro in my opinion, because something like that is, you're getting your money's worth. You don't have to worry about upgrading. But that also comes with a few drawbacks. Biggest drawback for me, at least, is that everything is the same. There's nothing that draws a certain customer or a certain end user, like I mentioned before, to a certain brand. Now, if you are the type of person that is okay with just getting the same gun essentially over and over again, and you just kind of like the different skin or licensing, rail, body, receiver, stock, whatever, if you're okay with that standardization, then this is probably the highest Airsoft has been in terms of quality in a long time. And if you're someone though that likes to weigh their options, it kind of sucks because you don't have options. It's more or less just like, do I want this one with M-Lock or do I want this key mod? The performance is going to be the same, but do I want this gun with a foldable stock or do I want this gun with a collapsible stock? It's like the performance is going to be the same. It's just a matter of like external preferences. And you can say the same thing about MWS models as well. There's like literally every brand of gas blowback releasing MWS clones, and like it is a good system, so I understand why people are copying it, but it doesn't open up the market in terms of performance aspects. You're going to get the same performance across the board, but it doesn't open up the uniqueness of choosing one gun over another because this one has a better performance compared to this one. It's more or less this one has better externals that I'm like and this one doesn't, but someone also might just say I like these externals better than those externals, and the guns are going to perform the same. It's just a matter of how it looks. That's kind of my question in terms of, is this gearbox and is this gas gun killing the innovation in Airsoft? That's always been a question that I want to ask the community, and hopefully this video kind of opens up the forum. You can use the comment section down below to kind of express what you think is going on. Like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's just something that has been going on for a while, and it's kind of hard to determine what the next step is from here. So with that being said, go ahead and leave your opinion down in the comment section. And this has been Jake. We'll see you in the next one.